Hello everybody, I'm Matt Willis Bagpiper, and today I wanted to announce the release of my Bagpipe Basics Series exercise manual, available both in a paperback as well as hardcover. The paperback is perfect bound. I would have loved to offer spiral bound. It's not available at this time through Amazon, who is my distributor. I'm using Amazon because this should be available internationally on release day, which is August 15th at midnight GMT, which means for folks in the central time zone where I'm at, that should be 6 o'clock tonight, Thursday. So let's talk about these books real quick. Inside there are 98 total pages and 84 instructional pages from my Bagpipe Basics series. This is all 46 lessons of all of the exercises that were featured in the series in one place that's easy to find. And for those that need easy access to the videos in the Basics series that this is meant to go along with, there is a QR code right here that will take you to the Basics series videos. To note to everybody, this is not a standalone tutor. While it has all the exercises and many of the things that I have written up about, I don't write how to do each and everything in this book. This is a companion to the video series, not a standalone book. I want to make that clear. I think there's a lot you can get out of this, even if you don't watch the videos, but there might be some confusion, so you can always get to any video in the series. The name and number of every lesson that you see here is exactly the same as in that list. So it should be easy to find the video you need to go along with any lesson in this book. I also included for the first time a bio about me. I have 3 pages about my development as a piper, how I started, where I'm at now, and all the steps in between. This isn't something I go into in my videos on the channel. I've always wanted the videos to be more about the instrument and the process, not so much about me, but it's been asked, so I thought I'd put it here. It's at the end. You can avoid it if you don't want to read about any of that. All the links to purchase this book will be available at the link you see here, which is bit.ly/MattBookPro. Yeah, kind of goofy, but easy to remember. Remember the capitalization, capital M, capital B, capital P, MattBookPro, bit.ly/MattBookPro. All the links to purchase the book will be there. So when it's live and ready, you will be able to find and purchase the book through those links. And as an extra bonus for those getting this book, there are text blurbs throughout. Any place you see a colored block of text, those are additional notes and insights that are not available through the PDFs that have previously been online. Also, the page numbering of all of these lessons until lesson 39. We'll talk about that in a second. But the page numbering of lessons 1 through 38 is exactly the same here as the PDFs you already have. So if you have some PDFs that you've downloaded that have notes on it and you want to transfer it over, it should be quite easy to find that page number so you can transfer your notes over. I do encourage you to mark up, draw in this book. This is not just meant for presentation. This is meant to be an exercise workbook for you to learn the pipes. And if you remember earlier, I said at lesson 39, I did have to move a few things around. I had to move, I think it was 43 down to 39. In any case, I did have to move a few lessons around, as when I finally put it in a book form, it was clear I'm discussing a concept that I have yet to teach, and it was rather confusing, so I chose to move things around. It was late enough in the series that it didn't alter the page numbering of the rest of it for you guys that have these things printed out, at least not to the degree I feared if it was earlier on, so I did want to make a note of that. And I wanted to give a special shout out to Alastair Dunn at Hardie, Craig Munro at Wallace Bagpipes, Roeger at USA Kilts, and Ross Watson at Broadleys Bagpipes. They all chose to take out some space in here to, promote their products, and I very much appreciate that. This book would not be possible without their support. And finally, the question you're all asking, how much are these things? The paperback edition right here is $46.99 and the hardback is $59.99. Now these are available through Kindle Direct Publishing on Amazon, meaning if you have a Prime account, from everything I've been told, this is my first rodeo with this. But from everything I've been told, if you have Prime, the shipping on these books should be free. On that note, if there is any issue in getting the book, know that while I did publish the book through them, I actually don't represent Amazon or their shipping department, so any issues that you might find, which I hope you do not, you're going to have to take up with Amazon. I have no power or authority over that aspect of the business. I wanted to actually take a moment. I haven't done this yet. We have a music stand right here, and we have the 2 books, and I want to see how they function on a music stand. In a perfect world, these would be spiral bound. I couldn't get that to happen, at least not on this first printing. So let's see how the paperback holds up, opening up on a music stand here. So it's going to just close if you just open it like that. But again, this is a workbook. This is not meant for posterity. You can buy a second one if you want that. You know, so if I just kind of do the plain old like that, I'm on page 25. It's on the music stand. It's staying open just fine. What about an earlier page that's closer to the binding? Let's go to page 8. And again, with just down the... It's opening just fine on here, which makes me very happy that it's not flopping over, you know, with just, again, down. And I'm not pressing super hard, but it's enough to kind of, you know, get the pages more or less, you know, bent at the spine. And when I go to close it again, it more or less stays closed. You can always do a quick one of those, and it's pretty much back to normal. Let's try one more at the end of the book. And again, it's staying open just fine. So while a spiral bound book would be nice, the paperback at least is going well on the music stand. Let's try that hardcover. All right, we got the hardcover here. Let's open right to the middle of this book. And again, this one's wanting to open a little bit more. Let's see, how aggressive do I need to be to get this to stay open? Well, it's staying open, but it's a little floppy over here. Let's do one more big press down the middle. There we go. I had to use a little bit more force, but again, it's staying open quite nicely now. You know, I'm in the middle of the book. Let's again go to something closer to one of the covers. Again, might as well go back to page 8. And again, it's staying open just fine. Maybe not quite as flat as the paperback, but it is doing well. Now, if this was on a flat surface like a desk, here you go. I'm finding the hardcover actually is doing extremely well staying open when it's on a flat surface like a desk. So that's how I tend to use a practice channer, to be honest. I don't often use my music stand if I'm sitting around with a practice channer. And yes, this is a primarily practice channer focused book, as it is the beginner's series. Let's see how the paperback does on a flat surface. So here we go. Get to one of these edges. Paperback, again, just fine. So on a flat surface, either the paperback or the hardback works great. On a standing up music stand surface, I would say they do both work. The paperback may take a little less force down the spine to keep it open, but as you saw, you can absolutely get the hardcover to stay open as well. Another note on the hardcover real quick, this is not a dust cover. This is printed right on the actual book itself, so you don't have to worry about keeping track of anything like that or it kind of coming off. So no worries there. I've had a number of people ask me if they could get their book autographed or signed. I'd be happy to do that, but obviously we can't go through Amazon if that's going to be the case. So I am willing to ship you a autographed book through the United States Postal Service. That can be either in the States here or internationally. But unfortunately, I can't offer that service for free. I do have to cover the cost of getting this book to you. So here in the US, for the paperback in a padded envelope, like this guy right here, that would be an extra $15 as of the time of this recording. And for the hardcover, it would need to be in a medium box like this, priority mail, which would be an extra $25. And for international customers, sorry, I don't control the shipping rates. If you did want a signed copy internationally, it'd be a $35 US extra fee for the padded envelope or a $65 extra fee for the medium box. That is well more than the book, and I understand that. Unfortunately, again, the rates are what they are, and I'm not in a position or have the time to be individually pricing all of the different options, which is why I chose to do the flat rate boxes. So again, by no means, I'm not asking anyone to get an autographed copy, but if that was something that you really did want for either yourself or someone you know, I'm happy to see that through, but yeah, there will be an extra price. And how do you do that? Email me at the link you see right here, bagpipebasics@gmail.com. I'm having it sent to another account just so that it doesn't get lost in my main email account. So bagpipebasics@gmail.com. There'll be a link below, and we will settle up exactly how much it's going to be at the time, because who knows, you might be watching this down the line or needing an autographed book later, and I don't know what the rates might be. They're probably going to go up, but you never know. They could go down, but that's what the rates are at this time. So if you want an autographed copy, please email me here and we'll get you going.
I'm absolutely thrilled at how both of these editions came out. Maybe even particularly the hardback. Not trying to do the hard sell, I promise you, but this wasn't even in the works. Amazon let me know after I pushed publish on this guy that this was an option, and I thought, why not give people options? Some folks like hardcovers, some folks like soft covers. You're getting no additional information in either the hardcover or the softcover. I had to make a few formatting tweaks for the hardcover. It's actually slightly narrower, but it doesn't affect the size or legibility of any of the music. There was just a couple of those colored boxes I had to move around a bit, but it's exactly the same content. So either way, you can't go wrong with the Bagpipe Basics Series Exercise Manual. This has been a long time coming. Folks have been asking for it for a long time. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get a lot out of it. If you get it through Amazon, you're going to be able to leave a review. I'd love you to do that, especially if it's a good one. But if it's not, you can leave that as well. Or again, you can reach out to me at either matt@mattpiper.com or that bagpipebasics@gmail.com email for any issues or problems you might have within these. The whole point of this series has been to help people, and I want to make sure that these tomes right here are doing their job to help make you guys stronger and more confident pipers. There you go. It should be live here shortly, and by the time you see this, it's most likely already up and selling. So go get your copy of the Bagpipe Basics Series Exercise Manual. Until next time, everybody, I'm Matt Willis. Cheers.